The Tooth Fairy Wars, written by Kate Coombs, illustrated by Jake Parker. When you hear this sound, it's time to turn the page. When Nathan lost his first tooth, his mother told him to put it under his pillow. The Tooth Fairy will come get it, and she'll leave you $1. I don't want to, said Nathan. It's my tooth, and I'm going to keep it forever. His mom said. I guess that's okay. Nathan put the tooth in a plastic bag and then into his sock drawer. The Tooth Fairy found it anyway. She was very good at her job. The Tooth Fairy took Nathan's tooth out of the baggie, opened her briefcase, and tucked it inside. She left $1 behind for Nathan. In the morning, Nathan was not happy. It was my tooth, he said. I'm sorry, honey, said his mom. I guess you'll have to hide the next one better. The next one? Nathan asked, worried. Sure enough, a month later, another tooth fell out when Nathan bit into a peanut butter sandwich. He hid the tooth inside a fort, guarded by army men. The Tooth Fairy wasn't afraid. In no time flat, she had traded Nathan's tooth for $1. When Nathan found the tooth gone, he growled like a bulldog. He made a better plan when the third tooth fell out. That night, after a quick search of Nathan's bedroom, the Tooth Fairy took out her Super Tooth Sense-O-Matic and scanned the house. She found Nathan's hiding place in the garage behind some oil cans. Humph! She said to herself as she hurried away to her next stop. Nathan showed the $1 to his mother. Again, she sighed. Why don't you try asking her nicely? So when Nathan lost a fourth tooth, he wrote the Tooth Fairy a letter. Dear Tooth Fairy, I know most kids like to trade you their teeth for dollars, but not me. I want to save my tooth forever. Your friend, Nathan. While Nathan slept, the Tooth Fairy came. She read his letter carefully. Then she took the tooth anyway. She left behind $1, along with a form letter from her briefcase. Dear human child, according to Regulation 8439-H, Paragraph 7, should the dentulous relinquisher object to said transaction, he or she shall be referred to Office 11 of the Tertiary Pay Division of Rates and Exchanges, 15th League of Enchanted Commerce. There, he or she may fill out Form R8, titled Petition to Retain Baby Tooth, listing his or her reasons for requesting an exception to policy, after which an adjudication hearing shall be held within 25,990 years to decide the case. Sincerely, T. Fairy. 25,990 years? Nathan squawked. Nathan hid his next tooth inside a carton full of eggs. The Tooth Fairy found it. Nathan buried a tooth under the marigolds in the garden. She got that one too. He left another tooth at his best friend Danny's house and put out a cat's tooth he'd found instead. The Tooth Fairy lost her temper that night. It took her a long time, but she tracked down Nathan's tooth Nathan tried bribing her. That didn't work. Dear human child, it is strictly against Regulation 6120-Q, paragraph 3, to attempt to bribe an officer of the 15th League of Enchanted Commerce. Please cease and desist at once. Gravely, T. Fairy. Nope, Nathan said. The next time Nathan lost his tooth, he borrowed his cousin's tarantula. He painted the tooth gray and hid it in the rocks at the bottom of the tarantula tank. Nathan smeared the top of the tank with honey. Then he sprinkled itching powder over the honey and put up some signs. Take good care of my tooth, Fred, Nathan told the tarantula as he turned out the light. When the Tooth Fairy came, she read the sign. She took one look at Fred and turned pale. She sniffed the powdery goo. Oh my, she whispered. The Tooth Fairy did not take Nathan's tooth. She did not leave $1. She left a handwritten note instead. Young man, that is not nice. I am taking a vacation as of tomorrow. The 15th League of Enchanted Commerce will no doubt be sending a substitute entity. It is my fervent hope that this individual will be treated with the proper respect when he or she visits your household. Grimly, T. Fairy. Nathan showed the letter to Danny. I won! He yelled. What about the substitute? Danny asked. Oh, I'll have to get ready, said Nathan. The 15th League of Enchanted Commerce got ready too. They sent a whole team of tooth experts to Nathan's house. Poor tooth experts. They tried their best, but it didn't go so well. The next night, while everybody else in the house was fast asleep, an official delegation came to see Nathan. The visitors presented him with a special certificate of exemption and with the contents of storage unit 329Z-18 from the dental department, 15th League of Enchanted Commerce. Every single one of his lost teeth. Thanks, said Nathan. I'll keep them forever. And he did.